What's up, y'all? I'm over here sharing this video in a few places, so just hold on. Give time for people to chime in if they can. I'm still trying to figure out like when are the best times to do live, but since the lives are recorded, I know people will be able to chime in when they need to. So, what's up, y'all? I know y'all like, what the heck? Aziza, she doing the most? I ain't doing the most, y'all. Doing my purpose, what I'm here to do. All right. Got my dream juice. About to rock with that. And let me share this. I want to share this to a specific page. And you guys feel free to share this video. I'm doing this, one, to just open the discussion, to talk about the difference between spirituality and religion, so we can have a good understanding of it. And I'm also doing this video because we are looking for women to join the Brains and Beauty Academy. The Brains and Beauty Academy is a self-mastery group, you know, specifically for women. Like, I hope, like, when a spirit leads me and we do a page for men and women, like, that's going to happen. But right now, it's a self-mastery group. Mastermind for women to come together and start doing the work on themselves together. So it's like we got our own individual thing that we doing, but we're gonna work together. You know, we're gonna work together and build each other up. We're gonna support our dreams, support our goals, support our ambitions, support each other in sisterhood, and as well as become women that can provide for our communities and heal our nation, because the African proverb is no nation can rise higher than its women, you know, and I feel that it is one of my duties to help in that elevation, because if you look at our world today, it is we're in a state of emergency, you know, on all levels, when it comes to health, when it comes to how we're raising our children, when it comes to our families, when it comes to our state of mind. You know, people are committing suicide, people are dying, you know, people are unhappy, people are depressed. And if you look at the world, that's the world that we're living in today. So you're thinking like, how do I change this? How do I change this vibration? You change it, one, by changing your own frequency. What's up, Lucky? Thank you. Thank you, Lucky. All right, so we're talking about the difference between spirituality and religion. And one of the reasons that inspired me to do this video today was because I got a post I got a comment on one of my YouTube videos on creating an altar space. And the person that was posting it said that I was, you know, condemning people to hell. Like I'm in the lake fire or some shit. Like they said some crazy stuff just because I'm sharing people information about altars and all that kind of stuff. What's up, y'all? And so I'm like, dang, like, why they tripping on altars and crystals and herbs when these are the same spiritual tools, right? These are the same spiritual tools that are used in churches, synagogues, or whatever. You know, like, I don't understand. Like, people sometimes when they're in that box of religion, they think that if you venture outside of that box, that you're going to hell, you know? So I want to talk specifically to my people of color, my community of people about this topic, because I think it's time that we really learn how to expand, you know, expand our minds, expand the way we're thinking, especially when we come to religion and come to some truth so we can make the best decision when it comes to how we live our lives. All right. So spirituality is, yeah, I'm looking at the comments too. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, so spirituality, that is, I would say spirituality is the truth of yourself, the truth of your life, of who you become, of your journey. You know, I think your spirituality is determined by the journey that you choose to lead with your life, right? And religion is kind of like an expression. It can be an expression of your spirituality. You know, a lot of people stick in religion, but then, you know, will be super religious, but not spiritual at all, you know. And so a lot of times when it comes to religion, especially with Black people, and I have to address this, and I hope I don't get a lot of people to dislike me and stop following me because I say this, but I have to say this. When it comes to Black Christians, especially in America, all right, you got to understand, the only reason why we are Christians is because of our past with slavery. All right. And I'm talking about the King James Christians, because I do understand that Christianity comes from a African spiritual system. All right. So I understand that. I know that. And I would prefer to go to that system than the King James version of Christianity that people live into today. Not to say that it's wrong. Not to say that, you shouldn't do it or condemning you, because you're free to do whatever you please. If that form of spirituality or religion makes sense to you and how you live your life, then you by all means do that. I ain't telling you not to do it, but I do want to address the fact that you do got to take this in consideration. The only reason why why people in America are Christians is because of slavery. Our ancestors were beat. Our ancestors were beat and forced to forget who we were. We were forced to give up our knowledge. We were forced to give up our way of life, right? Forced in so many brutal ways. Our spirit as a people were broken. And because of that, we transitioned to Christianity just so we could save our lives and save our people. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that, because if it wasn't for my ancestors making that choice, then I probably wouldn't be here today. All right. So I definitely understand the sacrifices that were made and why our people chose to become Christians, why they gave up their spiritual systems. All right. They gave it up because they had no other choice. They wanted to live. And everybody should be grateful because they made that choice. But now it's 2018. All right. It's 2018 and it's time to change. It's time to elevate beyond that, because we're not in that state anymore. All right. So understand that. That's the only reason why we're Christians to this day. Understand that the whole form of Jesus, because people want to put Jesus this, Jesus that, like, you made Jesus a God. You made Jesus a God. This is the person I worship. Now, one time did Jesus sit there and tell you that I'm your God, worship me? That wasn't the case. Like, that is all man-made, right? And a lot of times, and I want to point this out because somebody commented and saying that, we answer to Jesus. We don't answer to crystals and rocks or some stuff like that off of a video I posted. And I'm like, well, if you know anything about the story of Jesus and how it was created or whatever, when Jesus was 13 years old, he went to the Egyptian mystery schools to learn the science. What science did he learn? He learned everything that he performed, the miracles that he performed, and you guys like, oh, he's God. He learned those things in the school of mysticism in Egypt. All right. Changing water into wine is alchemy. All these kind of things. And so I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, people are really brainwashed. If you want to sit there and look down on people who do different spiritualities and things of that nature. Or I have people that, when I say rituals and spiritual tools and things of that nature, they want to say, oh gosh, that's the devil. That's the devil. That's the devil. And I'm like, how is that the devil when you do the same thing in your church every Sunday? You pray to an altar. The preacher preaches from an altar. So I can't have an altar at home? I'm the devil worshiper because I got an altar at home, because I'm teaching people how to create altars. Altars are sacred spaces that everybody can build. And within that sacred space, you do your spiritual work. Your prayer, that is a tool. Like, these are the same things that they do in church. But then people want to sit there and look at you when you do it outside the church and say, oh, that's practicing the devil. All right. And then when you do rituals, Christians, I don't know if y'all understand this, but my son, he's not 5-year-old now. He's 15. But when he was 5, and this is when I was in the church heavy, and I'm not down in the church because I come from that. That is my foundation that I built beyond. All right. So understand that, right? So every first Sunday, you do a ritual that supports cannibalism. Seriously, this is what Christians do. But they look at people who do voodoo. I don't do voodoo, but who do Ifa and all this other kind of stuff. When you got to sacrifice chickens and stuff for blood and stuff, you look at that as, oh, that's the devil. But every first Sunday, you are doing a ritual where you're drinking the blood of Jesus and eating of his flesh. And they got you so brainwashed that you like, oh, this is how it is. This is what it needs to do. But you're not realizing that, I'm drinking blood, even though it's juice and crackers. Like, this is what it symbolizes. right? But people doing African spirituality, working with psychics and stuff like that, y'all we the evil ones. We the bad ones. But you're constantly like, even when people want to say psychics and you're channeling spirits and all that kind of thing, when people be in church Sunday and they get the Holy Ghost bust out and, oh, thank you, Jesus, out in the field, they be shouting, what you think that is? What do you think that is, yo? Being the Holy Spirit, like, come on now. Stop being so brainwashed and realize what you're doing. All right. And that's why religion fucks a lot of people up, because it keeps you in a box. Religion should be an expression of your spirituality, of whatever that is. And your spirituality is your journey of your life. Like, my little thing is getting all crooked in my eyes, y'all. All right. Thank y'all for the head. Thank you for liking the headpiece. I actually created this and I actually did my own hair. Like, I'm kind of happy that I don't have the locks anymore, because I can be really expressive, with my hair, and I love doing hair. I don't do it for people, but I'm gonna read some comments before I just go in, because I'm like, yo, I gotta go in. Shanaria Mitchell, I hope I said your name wrong, and if I messed it up, sweetie, I'm so sorry. You said, what do you say to people when they say that many of us wasn't slaves, we preceded Columbus? Therefore, there are people who don't accept Christianity or religion. What is the difference between them and other black that does? Like I said, Christianity, if you really go deep into it and not be limited to the King James version of Christianity, Christianity has a strong African foundation, because it is an African spiritual system. Like, you got to understand, everything that is practiced in the world today, everything that is done today came from our ancestors. We just forgot. Like, for real. Everything. Nothing is new. And I'm saying this, like, I hate to bring up white and blacks, because I don't like to focus on racism, because I do feel like if we focus on racism, we're continuing the problem. So I don't even want to address it. But I am going to say, because the European is dominant on this planet, and I understand their nature and how they do things, they have taken everything from my ancestors and recreated it and regurgitated it and made it theirs. They can't create nothing new. We can. Everything that is a fad and trend, we created. Hip hop, rock and roll, jazz music, religions. Every religious system came from an African source, So they take it and regurgitate it and give it to us like it was theirs. I believe the same with airplanes. I believe airplanes were created in Egypt. I believe back in the ancient times, I don't think that our people were primitive and didn't have culture or didn't have indoor plumbing. Like, we had all of that. We did. We created that. We taught the world that. All right. So you got to understand that. So I would like to say, like, just to answer your question, is that I'm not saying that people are wrong for being religious. I think people need to understand the difference between being religious and spirituality. Because there is a big difference. And people who are Christians, all right, people who are Christians and practice Christianity, you shouldn't look down on other people for practicing their own religions and doing the things that they're doing when you're doing the same thing. Like, Christians participate in rituals. You do spells, you do chants, you do everything that you look at another person who practices Ifa. You look at them like, oh, they the devil, but you're doing the same thing. The same thing, because it comes from one truth, So Dennis Caldwell, you said we must. I'm reading comments right now. You said Dennis Caldwell, you said we must stop confusing religion and spirituality. Religion is a set of rules, regardless of rituals created by humans, which are supposed to help people grow spiritually. Due to human imperfection, religion has become a corporate, political, divisive, and a tool of power struggle. Spirituality is not theology or ideology. It's a simple way of life, pure, original, that was given to the Most High. Spirituality is a network linking us to the Most High in the universe and each other as essence of our existence. And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And I have said all of those things that you just said, just in a different way. Spirituality, religion is a expression of your spirituality. That's all religion should be. That's all it should be. It's an expression of your spirituality. So thank you for that question. What's up, Christina? You said damn, say the same thing. Thank you, sis. What's up, Jasmine Bell? Porter Freeman, you said cognitive dissonance? Cognitive dissonance, okay. Jabel, you said the church is the most judgmental people on earth, holier than thou attitudes. Yo, I can't say the church is the most judgmental because the consciousness community is just as judgmental. You feel me? They just as judgmental. How can you emancipate? How can you emancipate a colonized mind? Okay, so let's talk about that. Breaking the spell. That's a good question. So thank you about that, Kemet. This is how you break free from that programming. You have to be first, because nobody can free you. They can show you the way, but you got to walk. You know, they can show you the door, but you got to walk through it. All right, so you got to make the first decision to, I think the reason a lot of people are afraid to expand beyond Christianity is because you have the fear of going to hell. Point blank, you know, because you don't know. And you got to understand religion has been corrupted and it's been used to control people and to manipulate people. You know, the fact that, because a lot of times religion, you know, nobody's going to go to God for me. I go to God myself because God is in me. Point blank. That's the easiest way to put it. Can't nobody go to my behalf to God because it ain't no God outside of me, because God is in me, just like God is in you. God is everywhere. It's in the air that we breathe. And then let's break down God. God is not a man. If you look at God and think, oh, God is a man, then something is wrong, because God is masculine and feminine energy fused together, just like we are. You know, God cannot be God with just the masculine force, and God can't be God just with the feminine force, can't just be the goddess. It is one force. But because we are in this world and everybody's so divided in how we're thinking, you want to separate the two when it's one and a whole. You know, that's why I can't understand the feminism thing and the toxic masculinity. You can't have toxic masculinity without toxic femininity. You know, it go hand in hand, and ain't one better than the other. They're complementary. They're complementary. Like, come on now. It's time. It is 2000. We're about to go in 2019. For real. Time is speeding up if you haven't noticed. Manifestations are happening faster. They're happening faster. You have the time now to change your life, to change your way. But you got to take the steps. Jesus ain't coming back to save you. He ain't. Because you got to save yourself. The world ain't about to end unless you choose that it ends. You feel me? It ain't about to. All right. What's up, CJ? You said ain't no difference, Queen. All right. What's up, Christina? You said Christians evoke spirits as well. In the Bible days, they burn incense, myrrh, in temples. Shit, they do that now. They still do it. They pray like they do the same thing, and it's being judgmental and it's being stupid, and that just shows that we are, and it's going to go back to my thing, we are enslaved in our minds. We have taken in other people's beliefs as a way of life instead of choosing our own way. You have the right, and it's your birthright, to choose your path. It's your birthright to choose your path. Nobody can tell you how to walk your path. Nobody can tell you if you're walking the wrong path. Only you know that. All right? Only you know that. Ain't nobody tell you it's your birthright. You got your own set of rules. You got your own set of personalities, right? Can't nobody tell you your path. That's the first thing you got to understand. You have the right to live your best life. Don't let religious leaders scare you into believing that if you don't follow this way, you're going to go to hell. People, that's not the case. You know, and I don't want to get into the whole heaven and hell concept, but let me tell you this, right? If there was a such thing as heaven and hell, then why the hell people see spirits all the time? walking around everywhere all the damn time. Like, let's talk about it. Let's be real. People want to try to ignore this shit, but it's real. Well, a lot of black people, you have had situations where you have came into some type of, spiritual ghost-like situation, right? That's not like shit. My ancestors visit me all the time. Like, it's heaven and hell. Like, you create your hell here on earth. Like, if you really want to get deep, and I got some videos on my YouTube page where I talk a lot about this. I ain't gonna go deep right here on Facebook, because some of the Facebook people, they be kind of off. Like, ooh, she going real deep. You create your hell and heaven here by how you choose to live your life. And that sets up, when you transcend, when you die, that little, it's just going into the whole death. You create your resting place, should I say, by how you live your life now. Not meaning right or wrong, but you create that now. So meaning, if you choose to be miserable, if you choose to hate your life and always have an experience where you feel like you're in hell, you feel like you're in bondage, you feel like you being pressured and just all that kind of stuff. If you choose to live life that way, that's what you're setting up for yourself when you transcend. If you choose to sit there and enjoy the good times, enjoy your family and all that kind of stuff, like, that's how you're going to transcend. You create the way. You got all control in this, y'all. So you break free by freeing your mind. Freeing your mind is just being open. And stop being afraid that you think you're going to go to hell. You think you're going to die. Think somebody going to burn your soul. Like, what? How was that possible? Like, expand, go beyond it. Don't be so boxed down, because beliefs are happening. As black people, we need to get out of that whole mentality of just not to say we shouldn't be religious, but we got to start learning how to do our own work. We got to start learning how to do, sorry, I had my YouTube going. I was playing my music, but I had a commercial. But, we got to start learning how to do our own work on ourselves. You can't pray shit away. That don't work. You can't pray shit to go away and not address the problem. There is some action that's going to be needed on your behalf to make your prayer work. All right? That's the first thing. You can't just do that. And we got to get out of that. It's issues that we got to address within ourselves if we want to expand it. If you want your better life. For real. Like, this is the stuff that we are going to be talking about in our Brains and Beauty Spirit course. Creating a good foundation for our spiritual beliefs so we can build on that. If you don't have a strong spiritual foundation, then it's going to be hard for you to navigate through the world, because your spiritual foundation grounds you on how you elevate life. My spirituality is my way of life. It's not nothing I read. I don't read shit about my spirituality. My spirituality is my truth. It is my journey. It is my path. And it is continuously evolving. It's continuously evolving. The same things that I believed in 10 years ago are not the same things I believe in now. Because my spirituality is evolving. You gotta understand, don't stay at the same level, live your whole life. It don't make sense. Let me see. Jabel El Tariq said, finally someone dehumanizes God, not a man or a woman, not even a human. Exactly. God is not human. Not human at all, y'all. It's an energy. It's the air that we breathe. When you sit there and take deep breaths, what are you breathing in that's keeping you alive? They call it the prana. They call it the chi energy. We call it energy here in America. That is God. That is the energy that keeps everybody connected. It's the same energy that creates your thoughts. It's the same energy that brings forth your manifestations. Because we were created here to create with your mind. The key is controlling your mind. The key is controlling your mind. The mind is so powerful. Once you learn how to master that mind, you can do anything on earth. You can be God on earth, because you are. But you ain't using it to its full potential and ability. He said, I used to be so afraid of dying and going to hell, but once I did my research and study, I was set free. Yeah, you got to get over the fear of death. You're not going to hell. And a lot of times, and see, that's the trick with religion. That's the trick with it. Because they want you to take God outside of yourself. Put God outside of yourself. You know, and then a lot of times you need a preacher or a priest or somebody to go to God on your behalf. So our religion, and I can't say our religion because religion should be an expression of spirituality, but the religions today, they became the middleman to your relationship with God or the goddess or the creator. They intervened with your spirituality like you needed that or them to create a better life. And because of that, and because you put your focus and felt that God is somewhere out there when it's not out there, it's all within you, you misuse the power. And then there's a lot of people that say, yo, I'm Christian, right? But I believe in Jesus. I believe in this. Like, my prayers get answered. Yes, because it's a form of, if you believe that it will. It ain't really Jesus doing it. It's your own belief and believing that it will, man. It's your own faith. What the mind conceives, the mind achieves. Seriously. And we have the right to program whatever we want into our minds. We have the right to program whatever we want into our minds. Take that message, y'all. Take that. I want y'all to take that with you today. Engulf in that. Think about that. You know, think about the next time you want to judge somebody for what they believe in. Because everybody got the right to believe in something. You got the right to believe in something. It ain't no right way or no right truth to live your life. It's all about your truth and the way you choose to live, because that's what your spirituality. Because in the end, when you die, you know, it's not going to be about, well, this person did that to me or that person did this to me. It's all about how you lived your life. Yeah, people can do shit to you, but it's all about how you're perceiving it. It's all about how you're perceiving and how you handle it that matters. You know, if you allow people to bring you to that level, then you allowed that. You know, the first step in breaking your mind and freeing your mind is for you to take accountability of your life. Take control of your own salvation. Ain't nobody come here to die for your sins. Ain't no. Your sins are going to come back to you through the law of karma. Can't nobody erase that but you. Ain't nobody shed blood for your life but your mama. She the only person that shed some blood to get you here. And if anything, she the one person that you need to worship the ground that you walk on. Because if it wasn't for the sacrifice she made, you know, every time a mother gives birth, she is facing death. And a lot of times y'all take that shit for granted because everybody having babies and popping out babies and it seems just automatic. But every time that woman is faced with that moment of pushing that baby out of her vagina or getting that baby cut out of her belly, she is facing death. And she made the ultimate sacrifice for your life. And so that's the only person that sacrificed or shed anything for me was my own mama. And Ashe to my father too. Because without him, you know, without him and the union him and my mama created, I wouldn't even be here. And so those are my creators, and those are your creators. When you look at your parents, they made the ultimate sacrifice to bring you here. Nobody died for your sins. And if you choose to believe that, that's okay too. But for the people who want to expand out, you know, the people who ready to move out and move beyond, then I'm here to tell you that there is another truth and another way, and that you can do that. But y'all, I feel like I'm preaching right now, man. I just need y'all ladies. Join the Brains and Beauty Academy. Let's do the work together. Let's build together. Let's learn together. The Brains and Beauty Academy is a group of self-mastery. You know, it's a program that's going to help you tap into your own individuality so you can start creating your own way. You can be of any religious or ethnic background to be a part of the Brains and Beauty Academy. Because it ain't about who you are, what you come from. It's about getting you the information. If you're willing to do the work, it's going to work. But you got to do the work. We can only take you so far. We can only give you so much. We can only support you so much. You got to make the first step. So join the Brains and Beauty Academy. You join up today, the first month is free. Simple as that. You know, you get access to the Academy Vault. which is a vault full of videos, like stuff that I'm talking about right now. Tons of videos, tons of interviews that you'll get access to. We have spiritual courses. They're 4-week intensive courses that we go through with the group, and these courses are created to help you tap into your own individual self. You know, our first course coming up is the spirit course. We're going to be working on that for 4 weeks. We're going to be going over the meaning of chakras, how to understand your aura, why these things are important. You know, we're going to talk about meditation and the proper way of breathing, because that is so important. We're going to be talking about our spiritual belief systems. You know, what things that we believe in that are doing harm to us now, and how we can change those things. You know, we're going to talk about fasting and the importance of fasting. You know, we're going to talk about the importance of connecting back to our source with this course. And I guarantee that when you do the first course, you're going to see the difference. And then after the spirit course, we're going into health and healing. And, you know, that brings a whole different type of situation. You know, after we got the spiritual foundation laid, now we're going to work on the body. You know, and then once we work on the body, we're going to work on our relationships with people. You know, that's the third course, relationships and family. Then after that, we're going to get into tap into the sexuality and beauty. Because a lot of people, like a lot of women, we got to do work when it comes to those parts of ourselves. Our sexuality and accepting beauty. Like, it's really deep. So y'all got to join the Brains and Beauty Academy, y'all. That's why I'm doing this video. That's why I'm talking about the things that I'm talking about. Make sure y'all check out Natural Woman Magazine. Y'all know that's my baby. Check that out. You know, naturalwomanmagazine.com. Subscribe. It's free for you to check out online. You can also purchase a print copy of the magazine. You feel me? We all got advertisers coming up. We got Dr. Lynn Richardson. She's kicking off 2019 for us. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but she is like one of the top best financial experts in the African American community. Dr. Lynn Richardson. She is MC Light's manager. She used to be the CFO for Russell Simmons Company. You know, she's right now doing segments on Steve Harvey Morning Show. The sister is a powerful sister. She's going to be kicking off our January issue. So if y'all want to get on this natural woman energy, like if you haven't watched the movement since its beginning and seen the journey of where we only had one follower to now the following and interviewing the people that we got on the cover now, like you better jump on now, because it's going to be before long. I'm going to be like Essence. They ain't going to be able to get touched. Y'all ain't going to be able to get in touch. So jump on now. Subscribe to Natural Woman Magazine. Support the movement. If you're looking for advertisement, we got great prices right now. Support that. All right, y'all. So, yo, I hope this information helped you. Please share the video. Please, brothers. I know I got a lot of male followers, but thank you for watching. And I hope you guys share this information to the sisters, because all y'all know a woman that needs to hear this, all right? Get them to join the Brains and Beauty Academy. Get them to join that so they can be better for you. Like a lot of brothers will sit there and say, it's easy, you leaving the brothers out, you leaving the brothers out. I'm like, how am I leaving the brothers out when I'm helping the women become better women? You know, that's only going to help and force you to become a better man so you can match her. You know, that's helping you because she's going to be able to be a better mother to raise her kids, to create more for our community, y'all. Stop hating. Stop thinking that we leaving you out. No, we ain't leaving you out. You got to do your work too. But like I said, can't no nation rise no higher than its women. It's an African proverb, y'all. But until next time, family, peace.